What's up, everybody? Yes, I'm finally doing this. Finally. Let's hope I don't chicken out this time. I've got these 6 topics right here, and I'm just gonna talk about them, and we'll see how it goes. This is my first edition of the Superweek, and this time I am going to upload it instead of just deleting it last second. So, the first thing I want to talk about is SHAZAM! Yes, we officially have first pictures from the set of the upcoming SHAZAM movie. We see Chuck star Zachary Levi in the SHAZAM costume at some sort of Christmas-ish mall setting. It's a picture from the back, so you can't really see the full costume, but in my opinion it looks pretty good. It really is a very accurate representation of the SHAZAM costume from the comics, and well, a lot of people don't like it. I don't know why. It's not like it's not SHAZAM. It is SHAZAM. Plus you don't really get to see it from the front because the picture's a bit messed up. But I think I've said enough about it. SHAZAM comes out on April of next year, and it stars Zachary Levi as SHAZAM and Billy Batson as sorry, big mistake. It stars Usher Angel as Billy Batson, and the villain is going to be played by Mark Strong, who plays Dr. Sivana. And it's been directed by the director of Lights Out, David F. Sandberg. Next, from DC to Marvel, there's a little bit of a riot on online right now. Let me just tell you how this whole thing started. This Hollywood journalist called Ash Crossan asked the director of Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy 2, James Gunn, which would you save? Baby Groot or Porg? Or something like that. And basically what he said was that Groot is dead and Baby Groot is his son. And for some people, for some reason a lot of people just took it way too, made much bigger of a story of it than perhaps it should be. Personally, I really don't care. I mean, I thought that Groot kept on living as a baby Groot, because I don't know, but a lot of people just assumed that he died and baby Groot was his son. People are a bit split on that. Personally, I really don't care. I mean, Groot is Groot. You have to consider we are talking about an alien tree. So, anything can happen. I mean, if he gets cut, does a tree sap come out of his veins? I mean, it's a very complicated story that I don't really wanna get too deep in. Also, speaking of Guardians, Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, recently tweeted James Gunn. No, wait, sorry. A fan basically tweeted James Gunn and said, "You should put Mark Hamill in Guardians of the Galaxy 3." And James Gunn, who by the way is a very active person on Twitter, he said, "You know what? Me and Mark Hamill are neighbors, so I'll ask him about it." And I think Mark Hamill pretty much said, "Okay, sure, let's do it," but that's the last I've heard about it. So, I mean, tell me in the comment section down below, do you want to see Mark Hamill in Guardians of the Galaxy 3? I know I do. I've got no problem with it. I mean, the guy is Luke Skywalker, for heaven's sakes. I mean, Seriously. And other than just being Luke Skywalker, I mean, he's also been the voice of the Joker for 25 years. And in my personal opinion, he's by far the best Joker we've ever had. I mean, no offense to Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, or Jared Leto, or Cesar Romero. But in my opinion, when you ask me who the best Joker is, I immediately just go Mark Hamill. So, that's just me. Here's an interesting thing. Wonder Woman 2 is currently being filmed, and it's going to be released in I believe the end of 2019. November, I think. Once again, it stars Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Diana Prince, and it's being directed by Patty Jenkins, the director of the previous Wonder Woman. And it looks like they made a decision on who the villain's going to be. Apparently it's going to be Kristen Wiig playing Cheetah, which is a very odd thing because Kristen Wiig obviously is known for her more comedic roles, like in Bridesmaids or in the most recent Ghostbusters movie. So to cast her as sort of an archaeologist who suddenly gets the powers of an ancient goddess, cheetah, beast thing, kind of seems weird to a lot of people, me included. But I mean, no, back in the late 80s, nobody thought that the comedic actor Michael Keaton could be such a great Batman. So anything can happen, I suppose. And from what I've heard, Patty Jenkins specifically wanted Kristen Wiig for this role. So she's the only reason that Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman, was as good as it was. I mean, no offense to Gal, but Patty Jenkins really did make that movie, in my opinion. So we'll just have to wait and see. Also, this is a bit of a side note. Well, not on the Wonder Woman stuff, but a little bit of a smaller thing. Apparently, Avengers Infinity War is coming out a week earlier than it was supposed to be. It was supposed to come out, I believe, on May the 4th, but now it's coming out on April 27th. Now, I don't live in the US, so normally the big team-up Marvel movies usually come out about a week or two earlier in my country, before it comes out in America. So I don't know if this is going to affect me in any way, shape, or form, but just the fact that people are now getting to actually see this movie a bit earlier is reason enough to be happy, in my opinion. And there's a very funny story how it happened, actually. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., who plays Iron Man, of course, was tweeting back and forth with, I believe, some of the Marvel execs. And he asked if he could see the movie early, and they said yes. And then he asked, can all my friends see it early? And they said, okay, sure. Then he said, I believe he said, what about all my friends all around the world? And they said, yeah, okay, we'll move the entire movie up by 1 week. So, it's a very funny story if you really think about it. Unless, of course, I mean, it was planned, which it probably was. But it's still nice that Marvel does stuff like that. Now, let's put the big Marvel DC stuff on the side for a bit. Rick Famuyiwa, the director of Dope, and at some point he was supposed to direct The Flash, the standalone Flash movie for DC. And it looks like he's got a brand new project in the comic book world coming out. And he's going to write and direct an adaptation of Black Hole. It's a lesser known comic, but basically from what I've heard, by the way, I haven't read it, so I know about as much as you do, probably, but the basic premise is it revolves around a group of teenagers who somehow contract this sexual parasite that is killing people, and it helps them tap into some mystical stuff. Again, I'm not exactly sure what I'm saying, if it makes much sense. But it's from what I've heard, it's a very dark, it's a very gritty, and as a matter of fact, very sexual comic book. But I've heard it's really good, so I might even give it a shot if this movie's actually going to happen eventually. Because lots of movies get writers and directors, and well, nothing really happens. I mean, Rick Famuyiwa himself was supposed to direct the Flash movie, and was supposed to come out, I believe, this year, and well, nothing really happened after that. Speaking of Rick Famuyiwa, he's also teaming up with writer TJ Fixman to make this live-action superhero vigilante movie starring Keanu Reeves and produced by the Russo brothers, Joe and Anthony Russo, who of course directed Captain America the Winter Soldier and Captain America the Civil War. And they're also directing Avengers Infinity War, as well as Avengers 4 for, next year. Which I think is a really interesting team-up movie. Definitely piqued my interest. So I think I've talked about it all enough. I think for a first video, I think it's enough to go on. It's enough food for thought. You can have a discussion in the comment section and let me know which of these 6 or 7 topics you want me to expand on and talk more about, and maybe I'll do separate videos on each of these topics. We'll see. So thanks for listening and have a good day.